Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I'm Gracie Acheng and I'm so happy to have you this morning. It's such a bright morning and I really thank God, thank the universe. Um, we are going back to reading the Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, chapter 3. Here we do financial intelligence and personal development. I'm glad to see this day. I have so much hopes for this day. If you haven't watched the video on the 30 rules of Ikigai, kindly do so and watch the video. So good. It will always keep you motivated for the day. So you guys, let's just get started. I have so much to do and I need to get started. So the Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. We're in chapter 3 today, and the lesson 2 we're learning why teach financial literacy. Why teach financial literacy? Why teach financial literacy? Kindly comment in the comment section below why people should be taught financial literacy. It's going to be a short session, and I hope you guys will learn just as much as I am learning, and you'll have the courage to go for more, play smart, take more risk, and manage your risk, and believe in God or believe in the universe, manifest, and keep going for what you want. And by the way, I teach foreign languages. I own a farm where we teach foreign languages. We have French, Spanish, Italian, German, and yeah, those ones. French, Spanish, Italiano, German, and Chinese. Sorry, I was about to forget forget Mandarin Chinese. We have them, so if you are interested, just kindly send us an email via achitosi001@gmail.com and join Achi Rise, a learning platform where we'll be taught foreign languages. It's always okay to learn foreign languages if you just want the basics, A1 level, all of them, affordable prices. So let's get into reading. Okay, why teach financial literacy? Lesson 2. In 1990, my best friend Mike took over his dad's empire, and in fact doing better than his dad today. We see each other once or twice a year on the golf course. So this is Robert Kiyosaki talking about his friend Mike, who's the son of the rich dad of the book, and the rich dad is Mike's dad, the poor dad is Robert's dad. The title was meant to be catchy, so don't feel bad when maybe I have seen some people feel bad that I'm talking about Rich Dad Poor Dad. Maybe no, that title was meant to be catchy, and if you feel bad that Rich Dad and Poor Dad, if you don't feel comfortable about the title, you need to be. I don't have much to say. So we see each other once or twice a year on the golf course. He and his wife are wealthier than you could imagine. Rich Dad's empire is in great hands, and Mike is now grooming his son to take his place, as his dad had groomed us. In 1994, I retired at the age of 47, and my wife, Kim, at the age of 37. Very young, very young. To my wife and me, okay, retirement does not mean working, does not mean not working. To my wife and me, it means that barring unforeseen cataclysmic changes, we can work or not work, and our wealth grows automatically, staying way ahead of inflation. I guess it means freedom. The assets are large enough to grow by themselves. It's like planting a tree. You water it for years, and one day it doesn't need you anymore. Its roots have gone deep down enough, and the tree provides for you shade for your enjoyment. Mike chose to run the empire, and I chose to retire. Whenever I speak to a group of people, they often ask what I'd recommend or what could they do. How do I get started? Is there a good book I would recommend? What should they do to prepare the children? What's the secret to success? How do I make millions? I'm always reminded of this article I was once given. It goes as follows. So there's an article that Robert Kiyosaki was once given. It's about the richest businessmen. And let's see how the richest businessmen turned out after years. So the richest businessmen. In 1923, a group of our greatest leaders and richest businessmen held a meeting at the Edgewater Beach Hotel in Chicago. Among them were Charles Schwab, head of the largest independent steel company, Samuel Instill, president of the world's largest utility, Howard Hobson, head of the largest gas company, Ivor Kruger, president of the International March CO, one of the world's largest companies at that time, Leon Fraser, president of the Bank of International Settlement, Richard Whitney, president of the New York Stock Exchange, Arthur Cotton, and G.C. Livermore, two of the biggest stock speculators, and Albert Fall, a member of the President Harding's cabinet. 25 years later, 9 of them, those listed above, ended as follows. So mark how these richest people, the richest businessmen end as. Remember, mark you that the richest, they have big titles. I know they bag so much, they used to bag so much money, but 25 years later, let's see what happens. Okay. Schwab died penniless after living for 5 years on borrowed money. Instill died broke, living on foreign land. Kruger and Cotton also died broke. Hobson went insane. Whitney and Albert Fall were just released from prison. Fraser and Livermore committed suicide. I doubt if anyone can say what really happened to these men. If you look at the date, 1923, it was just before the 1929 market crash and the Great Depression, which I suspect had a great impact on these men and their lives. The point is this today, Today we live in a time, in times of greater, faster change than these men did. I suspect there will be many booms and busts in the next 25 years that will parallel the ups and downs these men faced. I am concerned that too many people are focused too much on money and not the greatest wealth, which is their education. If people are prepared to be flexible, keep an open mind and learn, they will grow richer and richer to the changes. If they think money will solve the problems, I'm afraid these people will have a rough ride. Intelligence solves problems and produces money. Money without financial intelligence is money soon gone. Let's pause for a while and let whatever we've just said sink. So money without financial intelligence is money soon gone. No doubt there. Very true. And it's not how much you make, it's how much you can keep. Let's continue reading and see what Robert Kiyosaki says in his book, The Rich Dad Poor Dad. I am so much in love with this book. Yeah. So most people fail to realize that in life, it is not how much money you make, it is how much money you keep. We have all heard stories of lottery winners who are poor, then suddenly rich, then poor again. They win millions and are soon back to where they started. Or stories of professional athletes who at the age of 24 are earning millions of dollars a year and are sleeping under rich by age of 34. In the paper this morning, as I read this, there is a story of a young basketball player who a year ago had millions. Today he claims his friend's attorney and accountant took his money and now he works at a car wash for minimum wage. He's only 29. He was fired from the car wash because he refused to take off his championship ring as he was wiping off the car. So his story made the newspaper. He's appealing his termination, claiming hardship and discrimination and that the ring is all he has left. He claims that if you take that tool away, he'll crumble. In 1997, I saw so many people who are becoming instant millionaires. It's the roaring 20s one more time. And while I'm glad people have been getting richer and richer, I only caution that in the long run, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep and how many generations you keep it. So when people ask, where do I get started? Or tell me how to get rich quick, they often are getting disappointed in my answer. I simply say to them what my rich dad said back to me when I was a little kid. If you want to be rich, you need to be financially literate. If you want to be rich, you need to be financially literate. The idea was drummed into my head every time we were together. As I said, my educated dad stressed on the importance of reading books, and my rich dad stressed on the need to master financial literacy. If you're going to build the Empire State Building, the first thing you need to do is dig a deep hole and pour a strong foundation. If you're going to build a home in the suburbs, all you need to do is pour a 6-inch slab and concrete. Just that. Most people in their drive to get rich are trying to build an empire state on a 6-inch slab. Our school system, having been created in the agrarian age, still believes in homes with no foundation. Dirt floors are still the rage, so kids graduate from school with virtually no financial foundation. One day sleepless and deep in debt in the suburbia, living the American dream, that they decide that the answer to financial problems is find a way to get rich quick. Construction on skyscraper begins, it goes up quickly, and soon instead of the Empire State Building, we have the Leaning Tower of Suburbia. The sleepless night return. As for Mike and me in our adult years, both of our choices were possible because we were taught to pour a strong foundation, financial foundation, when we were just kids. Now, accounting is possibly the most boring subject in the world. It could be the most confusing, but if you want to be rich long term, it could be the most important subject. The question is, how do you take a boring and confusing subject and teach it to kids? The answer is this: make it simple. Teach it first in pictures. My rich dad poured a strong financial foundation for Mike and me since we're just kids. That's it for today, guys. Financial literacy is very important, very important, and we all need to be financially literate. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you can keep. And you can have millions, just like people who win lotteries have millions in a few. They get poor, they're poor at first, win a lottery, get very rich, and in just a few they're poor again. Why? Financial literacy. So when you learn financial literacy, you always stay far ahead, and it's the greatest investment. Your education, your financial literacy, the greatest investment. It's like planting a tree. You need to water it daily for a few years, and after a few years, you don't need to water it anymore. It just gives you back. That's how assets also do. And when we come back again tomorrow or this evening, we'll see what else Robert Kiyosaki has in his book. Thank you so guys for staying tuned. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing for more. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. If you can also listen to my podcast on Anchor or Spotify. I will drop the link in the description box, and you can also follow my social media handles where I post links on various things. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Till next time again, goodbye. It's me, Tracy Achieng, Achi_Rise. Goodbye. Adios.